Surface Duo was always meant to be a productivity first sort of device, right? If you were buying this thing because you wanted to watch a lot of Netflix on it or something like that, I would question your sanity, because that is clearly not what this device is for. It's for productivity. I can do two things at once in a more streamlined, more effective, honestly, just a better way than on any other device. That being said, there is a feature that is simply missing from Surface Duo that it kind of blows my mind is not there, because Microsoft has dabbled in the past on this, and I think it lends to this feeling of Surface Duo being a rather shallow, sort of incomplete execution of this really great concept of the dual screen phone design. Pretty much all Duo is a dual screen phone, but there are no frills, there are no additional features to make productivity better. So what is this feature I'm talking about? Well, if you've ever heard of, or if you can remember, Continuum for Windows Phone, well, that's what I'm talking about. Because there are a few manufacturers that have an equivalent to something like that, like Samsung, like Xiaomi. If you don't know what I am talking about, Continuum was a thing where you could plug your Windows Phone into a dongle, and it would then allow you to essentially have a Windows-style desktop environment on a monitor with a mouse and a keyboard. So the concept was, you've got your Windows Phone, your powerful device, you bring it home, you plug it in, and boom, now you have a Windows desktop that is running off your phone with the same apps, the same programs, the same files, the same contacts, everything just right there ready for you to use it. And I've talked about this in the past, but people like Samsung do have something that I think is not just equivalent to that, but in some ways might be superior to Windows execution. On my Z Fold 2, if I swipe down my notification shade and I simply touch the icon that says DeX, I'll get a menu here that pops up and it will see my computer. I will then hit Start Now. We'll look at that screen now. It has loaded in. I'm going to unlock my phone, which will unlock DeX. And I'm now in the DeX environment, and it works really, really well. So let's open up Twitter, and I can drag this around. There's a little bit of like lag there, but keep in mind this is being done wirelessly, but it works really well. I can maximize it if I want to. I can minimize it if I want to. Let's say I want to open up just to Reddit, so nothing personal pops up. Let's go ahead and minimize that. I'm going to drag it to the side here, and it will actually give me the option to snap windows in like that. So now I have Twitter open here. I have Reddit open there, and it works really, really well. In fact, I've got no real complaints about this, because this is all happening right now. My phone's in my hand, and that is all still happening wirelessly to my computer. It can be done to a monitor, however you want to do this. And if you do it on your computer, the same mouse and keyboard that you're using on your computer will now work with DeX. I have dual monitors, so I essentially have DeX over here and my Windows computer here. It's pretty freaking cool. And yes, I'm fully aware that if you have a proper computer, why would you need to use DeX on your computer when you have a computer? I understand that critique. You don't have to do it this way, right? You could literally just have a monitor, a mouse, a keyboard, and a USB-C dongle and plug it in and get the same thing, no computer needed. So essentially, if you wanted to do this, and I actually made a video showing myself, how I could film, edit, and publish a video all on my Z Fold 2 using the DeX environment, you could essentially use a Samsung device with DeX as your only computing device in this manner, because you could just use your TV. Hell, you don't want to have a TV box like an Android TV or something like that. Theoretically, you could get that and just plug your Samsung device into your TV and have a wireless mouse and keyboard or something like I've got laying back over there, and use that on your couch. There's so many different uses for the DeX environment. But there's actually another step even further past that, and this is something that Xiaomi has going on their new Mi Mix Fold device. Over here on xdadevelopers.com, they've actually gotten Xiaomi's version of this PC mode up and running on the device. So on the Z Fold, you're stuck in a phone interface on your tablet. You can't use the DeX environment on your tablet. You can do this on Samsung tablets, but not on the Z Fold 2 or the original Z Fold. I do think that's something that's going to happen, but it is available now on Xiaomi's device. And as you see the picture here, you've got on their tablet a proper desktop environment. You've got a desktop, you've got a taskbar down here, and it's really, really similar to what you have on DeX, right? You've got the same sort of thing going on, but in this case, you've got it in the palm of your hand, and that is really, really cool. I'm going to go ahead and play this video over. Let's go ahead and mute that, and let's zoom in a bit further, and I'll play their video here for you to be able to see how he kind of launches this PC mode. Loads up very, very quickly. And you've got a start menu. You've got, windowed apps that you can drag around. You can minimize, maximize, just like I've shown you here on DeX mode. And that is really flippin' cool. Let's get a better look here at it. Here he's got a keyboard, sort of a tiny folding keyboard here attached to it. Productivity is phenomenal. And in fact, I've shown you a setup wherein I have a USB-C dongle attached to the Duo dock, which I use for my Surface Duo. And then essentially the Surface Duo, sort of you drop it into this dock and you've got a mouse and keyboard. You've got potentially flash storage, like a flash drive and things like that. And all of this stuff works really well on the Surface Duo using something like the Duo dock. However, look, am I going to sit here and tell you that that's, as good as something like this, where you've got a full desktop mode? I don't know. Maybe that's better. It's really hard for me to say. But at the end of the day, when we came from a world where Microsoft kind of pioneered this technology, the fact that they now don't have it at all, when several other Android manufacturers do have something that is essentially the same thing as their concept, it is a little bit disheartening. How cool would it be to have something just like this on your Surface Duo as an option, right? But to function in a dual monitor style setup. I don't know how well it would work, but I'd like to at least see it. Imagine you've got your Duo here and you've got, a taskbar here and a taskbar here, and you can kind of do multiple windows like that. Would that work? Maybe that might be cool, but I think that the bigger one that I think that they really should have is Continuum. The idea that you can't come home, drop your Duo into a Duo dock, or just plug it into a USB-C cable and then have access to a desktop style environment like they've done in the past is disappointing. And like I said, it does point to the fact that Duo does feel undercooked, underbaked, underutilized, and that the features we've kind of hoped would show up over the first 6-7 months, they've just not been here. They've not happened. So guys, what do you think of Continuum or Xiaomi's PC mode or Samsung's DeX mode? I think Motorola has their own as well. This is fairly common now. Is this something you'd like to see on the Surface Duo? Is this something that you would use? And before any of you guys pop in to say, but Duo has the Your Phone app and it can screen mirror. Screen mirroring is not the same as what I'm talking about. And in fact, I've already done a whole video on DeX versus Your Phone. They're not the same. Screen mirroring is not the same as having a full desktop environment. Not to mention the fact that everybody has access to the Your Phone app. I think that works on like every phone at this point. And in fact, it works better on Samsung devices. You have more features on Samsung devices than you do on the Duo. So not the same. Don't bring that critique to me because it's not a good critique. So yeah, thanks so much for making it all the way to the end of the video. That helps me out more than you will ever know. Stay tuned for more content just like this. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.